Greetings, everybody, and welcome to a very blustery Fun Valley Sports Complex on the west side of Hutchinson, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. This afternoon, the number 19 Blue Dragon softball team gets set to take on the Neosho County Panthers in the Blue Dragons Jayhawk East 2017 opener. Steve Carpenter with you from Fun Valley. Blue Dragons coming in with a 6-game winning streak, a 10-5 overall record, and now a number 19 national ranking. They've been ranked 2 straight weeks. They were number 18 when the first regular season poll came out, and now ranked number 19. Again, the Dragons coming in at 10-5. They haven't played for just about a week. They had the weekend off, and now from here on through, it is strictly conference games, 3 conference series a week. And the Blue Dragons ready to make another charge at the Jayhawk East title. Last year, Hutchinson finished tied for second, their highest finish in a conference since 1993. They take on a hot Neosho County team. This team started off 2-8, based out of Chanute, Kansas, but they are 4-0 in conference play. They have put up a ton of runs against both Coffeyville and Fort Scott. And they come in hitting .322 as a team. The wind going to be a factor, as it usually is out here at Fun Valley, blowing in from the south. Temperatures still a little bit coolish because of that wind, but temperatures are supposed to be getting near 70 degrees by the time we get into the heat of the afternoon. DJ Cannon will get to start in game number 1 for Hutchinson in the circle. She'll be opposed by Taylor Holtkamp. When we return, we will speak with the head coach of the Blue Dragons, Jamie Rose. It's the Blue Dragons and the Panthers. Live from Fun Valley, you're watching Blue Dragon Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
I know we're just ready to.
Welcome back to Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter speaking with HCC softball coach Jamie Rose before the conference opener with Neosho County. And at least the temperatures are tolerable compared to what baseball had to play with earlier in the week. There's still a lot of wind. You get going conference today. Your initial thoughts going in as the conference season begins.
I think our kids, first of all, are just excited to start this conference. It's a conference game for the next 6 weeks. There's no midweek easy game. It's nonstop for the next 6 weeks. So I know we're just ready to get going.
Since I was last year when last broadcast full, a few changes in the lineup, mainly due to injury. Why don't you tell everybody about those changes?
Well, actually, Lexi is back today for the first time in 2 weeks, so we're going to give that a go. She says her hip feels pretty good. Obviously we're going to keep a close eye on it. We don't want to re-injure it right here at the beginning, but she was cleared to play, last week, but we held her out because we really wanted to make sure that she was ready. So hopefully we'll see good things with that today.
What have you learned about the team since we last talked to you? It was, a few weeks ago. You've had, you went down to Texas, and then right now you're on a 6-game winning streak. So what have you learned about your team from the very early stages to now?
After our last game in Texas, we told our kids, we lost. It was a tough trip. We came back 1-4 from down there, but we told them after that last game down there that we battled back 6 runs and ended up losing it in extra innings. That I was really excited of where we were headed, and they looked at me kind of strange because we just lost a game. But I told them that was the first time that I actually saw them fight. We were a base hit away from getting run ruled, got out of the inning, and then slowly started coming back and, putting runs on the board, and really talked about, how that game can propel us into good things. And I think it has. And, hopefully as we start conference, we can continue that momentum.
Speaking with Jamie Rose before this afternoon's conference opener with Neosho County, Panthers have caught fire all of a sudden. 4 straight conference wins over Coffeyville and Fort Scott. What can you tell us about the Panthers?
I don't know a whole lot about them other than what we've watched on video. I think they're pretty much like every team in this conference. You better bring your A game. They can be lights out, and anybody in this conference can literally beat anybody. Most teams opened up yesterday, and on day one we saw the defending conference champ lose a game. They only lost 2 conference games all year last year. So it's extremely wide open. You gotta play your best every day.
It's been a pleasant surprise. Maybe somebody you weren't counting on. Has somebody jumped into that role and really surprised you? They're playing well right now.
I think my most pleasant surprise up to this point has been Molly Stevenson stepping in when Lexi got hurt. She's done several different roles for us. She's played in the outfield. We're practicing her at first base. We threw her behind the plate on 4 days practice, and she hasn't caught in a year and a half, and just did a terrific job, and is really doing good things at the plate. She has been our ultimate utility player, and Lexi, obviously we're putting Lexi back in behind the plate because she is a little stronger, but I feel confident in putting Molly in 3 or 4 different positions when we need it. She understands her role. She's embraced it, and she's getting the job done.
Pitching, obviously DJ Cannon, 3 straight starts with 10 or more strikeouts. Right now, when I checked last night, she was the nation's leader. She has done everything you asked.
Yeah, she has. She's keeping people off balance. The trick will be, as we go forward and more people start to see her and start to relay information and talk to different people, is can we make that adjustment in her game plan, which I think she's fully capable of.
What's the next step in her progression in pitching in this league?
Doing it on back-to-back days. Up to this point, other than in Texas, we haven't had to play back-to-back. But with our conference schedule, we're going to play every Friday and Saturday. She's going to get a little rest, and can we turn around and be that dominant on day 2?
Well, we are going back-to-back, Allen tomorrow, and best of luck today, and we will talk to you before the Allen game tomorrow.
Thank you.
The thoughts of HCC head coach Jamie Rose back with the starting lineups and this afternoon's opening pitch. You're watching Blue Dragon Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network.
Actually, we're back right now. The lineup's being announced, and then we'll break for the anthem. Again, very windy out here at Fun Valley, so you may have problems hearing me. I've got many of my stats either taped down or clipboarded, so if you hear somebody scrambling or something, somebody's probably blown away. We're about to have the national anthem. We're going to break away, and when we come back, starting lineups in the first pitch, this is Blue Dragon Softball. Welcome back to Fun Valley. The national anthem completed. Let's get you the starting lineups for game number 1 of this Jayhawk East doubleheader. Thank you, Joey, for chasing down one of my stats during the anthem. One of my clipboards went flying. So that tells you just how windy it is here at Fun Valley. First for the visiting Neosho County Panthers, coming in with a record of 6-8. Taylor McGuire will lead it off and play second base. She'll be followed by the right fielder, Taylor Stepp. Batting third is the shortstop, Lily Ross. Tiffany Ray bats fourth and is a designated player. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Robbie Summers. The catcher, Cheyenne Bryant, bats sixth. Caitlin Stuckey bats seventh and plays left field. Shelby Woods, the first baseman, she bats eighth. Sage Vandiver bats ninth and plays center field. And the pitcher is Taylor Holtkamp. For the Blue Dragons, as DJ Cannon takes her warm-up tosses, Hannah Danielson would lead it off and play right field for the Dragons. She'll be followed by Mackenzie Lee batting second and playing left field. Izzy Godinez bats third at shortstop. Cleanup hitter is third baseman Cameron Pope. Tori Carruthers bats fifth. She's at first base. Back in the lineup after a couple of weeks off with injury is catcher Alexi Eisenbart. She bats sixth. The pitcher and designated player is DJ Cannon. Brooke Lee bats eighth and plays second base. Ashton Reynolds is the center fielder. She bats ninth. And Kylie Finley listed as the flex player today. DJ Cannon, the current leader in strikeouts in the nation, in the circle. 3 consecutive starts with 10 or more strikeouts. She's coming with a record of 7-3 with a 2.12 ERA. 8th game to start, 13th appearance overall. She has 5 complete games and 2 shutouts. 43 innings pitched for DJ Cannon, 34 hits, 20 runs, 13 have been earned, 78 nation-leading strikeouts, 18 walks, and opponents are hitting .206 against, and we're set to go. 2 very hot teams. Hutchinson riding a 6-game win streak. The Panthers on a 4-game win streak, and all 4 of those wins have come in conference play. So DJ Cannon set to face it off against Taylor McGuire, and here we go. Thanks for joining us here on Blue Dragon Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Cannon's first pitch is low in ball 1. First pitch right at 2 o'clock, just as we scheduled it. Taylor McGuire hitting .324 for the year, 12 hits, 1 RBI. She bloops one into center field for a base hit, getting over quickly to go get it. And holding through a single is Ashton Reynolds, and that's how we started off. Little bloop single into left center field. The wind's going to blow everything toward the left field corner. Coming out of the right field corner, out of the southwest at 20 to 25 and very gusty. Taylor Stepp will be the batter for the Panthers. Stepp hitting .313, a .353 on base percentage. She has a home run and 6 driven in. The wind of the pitch is a bunt, and it's popped foul back out of play. The Blue Dragons, the last team to start conference play. Everybody else has a minimum of 2 games in. Neosho County with 4 doubleheader sweeps of both Coffeyville and Fort Scott. Yesterday, very dominant, putting up a lot of runs against Fort Scott. The winding Cannon's pitch is bunted. It'll be fielded by Cannon. Only play will be to first base. Now a snap throw to second. Brooke Lee covering. The sacrifice works 1 for McGuire at second base with 1 out.
Now batting number 3, the shortstop, Lily Ross.
Lily Ross, the shortstop, will be the batter. Ross only playing her 3rd game. These stats are 2 games short. They did not have the Fort Scott games in yesterday, so actually these stats will be a little bit lower than what they actually are. Pitched low and outside a screwball from Cannon, and it's 1-0 to Ross. Neosho County beat Fort Scott yesterday 19-2 and 12-10. Pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Neosho County then on March 10th beat Coffeyville 6-4 and 16-0. Hard hit ball, diving stop, Brooke Lee. She throws her out at first. What a play. Moving up to third is McGuire, but what a play by second baseman Brooke Lee, diving to her left and getting up and throwing the Speedy Ross out. Nice play. Now a runner at third, 2 away. That'll bring up the designated player, Tiffany Ray. Ray, .455 average. The pitch. Going outside, ball 1. Cannon out of Fort Worth, Texas, a 3-time Jayhawk East Pitcher of the Week so far this year. 2 1-hitters, 1 shutout to her credit. Here's the pitch. Rise ball misses high, and it's 2-0. Defensively for Hutchinson in the outfield, Mackenzie Lee in left, Ashton Reynolds in center, Hannah Danielson in right. The infield in a moment. The 2-0 from Cannon is way outside, 3-0. Cameron Pope is at third base for the Blue Dragons. Izzy Godina is at short. Brooke Lee, you had that exceptional play at second. Tori Carruthers at first. And Lexi Eisenbart, he's missed a couple weeks with injury, back behind the dish. 3-0 pitch is high ball 4. So the Dragons walk the cleanup hitter. Ray at first, McGuire at third for the third baseman, Robbie Summers. Summers hitting .222. This is before the Fort Scott games. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Hitting from the left side. It is warmer than when baseball played on Monday at Hobart Detter. Time call from home is Lexi Eisbart. We'll go through a set of signals for her defense. First pitch on Monday afternoon as the Blue Dragons took on Colby at Hobart Detter Field. 32 degrees with a wind chill of 19. If that had been out here, I would not have been broadcasting. There's a press box at Detter. Curveball for a strike. Good pitch. Lower outside corner right at the knees. Cannon gets the sign from Lexi into the wind, and it's popped up. Will it stay in with the wind? No. We saw that wind on a normal day. That's probably going to stay in to be caught by Cameron Pope. But that strong wind now blowing straight in from right. Ooh, well out of play, almost all the way up the third base side stands. Now the 0-2 from Pope. Got her swinging, and that's the inning. DJ Cannon gets her first strikeout, works around the leadoff single by McGuire and strands 2. No runs a hit and 2 left after half inning. Neosho County nothing in the Dragons coming up. Tori Holtkamp taking her warm-up tosses for Neosho County. She's a sophomore out of Pearland, Texas. Solid year to start the conference season for Holtkamp. Tori Holtkamp making her 7th appearance. She's 1-4 with a 4.36 ERA. 1 complete game, 25 2/3 innings pitched. She's given up 44 hits, 29 runs, 16 earned. She has struck out 13 and walked 9. Hannah Danielson will lead it off for the Blue Dragons. The sophomore right fielder hitting .400, 18 hits and 45 at bats, 3 doubles, 6 RBIs. This wind is absolutely miserable for my broadcast position, so if you're watching, enjoy, because it's a little bit tough, but a decent crowd is built. Earlier this week, though, it had been totally miserable out here. So here we go, bottom of the first, no score. Holtkamp's pitch right in there for strike 1. Hannah has scored 9 runs, driven in 6. She has an on base of .467. Check swing foul, and it's 0-2. Holtcap standing at 5 feet 4 inches, one of the smaller pitchers in terms of stature in the Jayhawk East. But has obviously moved into the #1 spot in the Panther pitching staff, and that pitch way outside a curveball. It is Danielson, Mackenzie Lee, and Izzy Godina here in the bottom of the first. The wind and the pitch. Popped up. Who will take charge? It'll be the third baseman, and she drops the ball. Third baseman Robbie Summers fought that wind, and she ends up dropping it. She called Holtcamp off. So safe at first on the air is Danielson. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Mackenzie Lee. Lee in her 16th game hitting .364 with 16 hits and 44 at bats. She scored 11 runs, has a home run. Or check that, that's Brookley. Too many leads. Mackenzie hitting .400, 14 out of 35. 9 runs scored and 2 RBIs. And we apologize for the wind. We are right out in the open behind home plate. Bunt laid down but foul by Mackenzie. Blue Dragons coming in to action today, hitting .385 as a team. They've scored 108 runs in 15 games. 7-1 here at Fun Valley. Central Nebraska administered the only loss to the Blue Dragons. This one bunt is a good one. Fielded by Summers, a throw to first and out by half a step. Good hustle down the line. But Lee is thrown out. 5-4 on the sacrifice. Now Izzy Godinez will be the batter. Mackenzie Lee dropping down her third sacrifice bunt of the year. And now here's Izzy Godinez. .447 average for the freshman out of Hutch High. She takes a strike at the knees. 21 hits and 47 at bats. 1 home run, 8 RBIs, 4 extra base hits. Godinez with an RBI opportunity. It's a lot nicer when the wind's not blowing. I guarantee you that. Here's the pitch. Tried to bunt her way on, and it's foul. Izzy with 5 bunt singles already this year. Loves pushing it to the first base side of the infield, making that first baseman field the ball, and then she will beat it out because the second baseman can't race over there to beat her to the bag. Here's the pitch. Curveball outside, 1-2. We had a couple of computers fly off the desk already out here. That pitch rolls in. Good stop by Cheyenne Bryant. And it's 2-2. Danielson on at second base. She reached on a fielding error when the third baseman, Robbie Summers, dropped an infield pop-up. Now the 2-2 to Izzy. Popped up, foul territory, coming on to get it with a basket. Catches the first baseman, Shelby Woods, for the second out. Good running catch by Woods. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit from third baseman Cameron Pope. Cameron hitting .341 with 15 hits, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs.
Now batting third baseman, number 21, Cameron Pope.
No score, just underway. First of 2 from Fun Valley. Pope takes a curveball away, and it's ball 1. Anything hitting the air is going to blow from right to left. The pitch. High pop, shallow left into foul territory, and the wind's going to blow it away from both left fielder Caitlin Stuckey and shortstop Lily Ross. And Pope has new life, but she battles at a count of 1-1. Good as this Blue Dragon team has been, they've gone through stretches where they hit almost too many balls in the air. Today needs to be hard on the ground and flat. Hard hit ball, pulled foul outside the third. 1-2 now to Cameron Pope. The Dragons have one less fly out than ground out. 103 ground outs this year to 102 fly outs. That's not a very good ratio. Foul off out of play into the stands to the right. Last year, what a conference run for these Blue Dragons. Finished tied for second. The pitch. Chased a high fastball, and that'll do it in the first. No runs, no hits, an error, and one left. We go to the second. Dragons nothing and the Panthers nothing. On to the second inning. Hutchinson and Neosho County, the first of two. The Blue Dragons will entertain the Allen Red Devils tomorrow. The day is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous tomorrow. Less wind, even warmer. Thank goodness, because I'm still trying to warm up from baseball. Here's the catcher, Cheyenne Bryant. Leading off the Panthers second. 6, 7, and 8 in the Panther order, facing DJ Cannon. Stranded a couple of runners after a single and a walk. First pitch from Cannon. Misses, or it's a strike. Bryant hitting .269, according to the latest Neosho County stats. That one popped up, and it will get out of play to the right. 0-2. DJ Cannon, 3 consecutive starts with 10 or more strikeouts. She's also had a couple of relief appearances in there. The wind in the 0-2 from the lefty. Line to right field coming on Danielson, and she makes the grab for the first out. Bryant kind of guided it toward right, took a shot that way, but it stayed up for Danielson. One away for the left fielder, Caitlin Stuckey.
Now batting number 21, the left fielder, Caitlin Stuckey.
Stuckey, a .379 average. He has a home run and 6 RBIs. Again, the Fort Scott game not in these numbers. Curveball from, or screwball from Cannon sails outside, ball 1. His team got up to a 2-6 start, 2-8 start, and won 4 in a row. Now just 2 games under 500 at 6-8. More importantly, 4-0 in the conference. Popped up foul territory. Neither Carruthers or Eisenbach can chase it down, and it's 1-1 now to the left fielder of the Neosho County Panthers. Those games tomorrow, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock will be on the air with the pregame at 1:45. Candace 1-1. This is low and away. It's 2-1 the count now. Cannon with 1 strikeout in the opening inning. She looks in, goes into the wind. Down low, 3-1. Primarily, DJ has had very good control this year. Only 18 walks in 43 innings. Got her fooled on a changeup that was high and inside. Now it's 3-2 to Stuckey. So a bad pitch that was so bad it fooled the batter. Here's a payoff. Mr. Ball 4. Missed it high, 1-on-1 out for the first baseman, Shelby Wood. Wood hitting .438 with a couple of RBIs.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 11, the first baseman, Shelby Wood.
Panthers didn't score many runs in the first few games of the season. There's a strike from Cannon. They were swept 9-1 in 2 games by NOC Enid. Then scored 3, 7, 10 runs in a 16 runs in a 4-game set. Swing and a miss. Woods down in the count, 0-2. At Heston, they lost 9-1, 1-8-0. And they were held to 1 run each in losses to Crowder before finding their stride once they hit conference play. Cannon's 0-2. Fouled straight back. Wood stays alive at 0-2. Stuckey at first. Neosho County 75% on stolen bases, 15 out of 20. Hawaiian in the pitch. Changeup just missed high. Wow, close pitch. Great pitch on 0-2. Stuckey didn't flinch though. That was a great changeup from DJ. Now the 1-2 pitch. Got her swinging on a rise ball, 2 away. Second strikeout for DJ Cannon. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter and center fielder, Sage Vandiver.
Now batting for the Panthers, the center fielder, number 7, Sage Vandiver.
Hitting from the left side. Lefty-lefty matchup. Slapping, and she loops that one foul. Slappers back in the day would start way in the back right corner of the batter's box and run angled up in. Now more sitting right there in the middle. Rise ball nearly gets away. Great stop by Lexi Eisbart, who flew out of her stance to save that one. Then she got right into her throwing motion. No attempt at all by Stuckey, who was already returning to the bag. Now the 1-1 from Cannon. Swung on and missed. Had a good late movement to it, and it's 1-2. DJ a strike away from getting back in the dugout. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do the second inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning. She works around the 1-out walk. 1 left on no hits. We go to the bottom of the second. Dragons nothing and the Panthers nothing. Welcome back to Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter with you. Still looking for the first run of game number 1. Dragons hitting in the home half of the second. Tori Carruthers, Lexi Eisenbart, and DJ Cannon, the batters, against Tori Holtkamp, who worked around a leadoff error. Stranded Handy Danielson at second.
Number 11, Tori Carruthers.
Tori Carruthers stepping in, hitting .442 with 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. She takes, thought I heard a strike. Well, the scoreboard shows a ball. Pitch. Lifted high to shallow left center field. When playing with it, the left fielder comes all the way into the dirt to make a basket catch. That was Caitlin Stuckey. So Tori Carruthers retired. Anything in the air is going to be an adventure. Stuckey was playing a rather deep left field. And she came all the way into the infield outfield cut and made the catch on Carruthers. Now catcher Lexi Eisenbart. Couple weeks off with an injury. Takes high and tight ball one. Lexi in her 10th game, now hitting .385, 10 hits, 2 doubles, 7 driven in. Curveball low and away, 2-0. Her Blue Dragon starting debut last year will never be forgotten by that young lady. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Her first at bat against Cali, a single or solo home run. And then with the game on the line, she had a grand slam. The pitch. Downstairs, 3-1. She never left the lineup after that doubleheader. She's turned into a very solid receiver. Pretty good arm behind the plate. High ball 4 to start the second. Eisenbart with the leadoff walk. That'll bring up the pitcher / designated player, DJ Cannon. DJ at 300, 6 hits and 20 at bats, a double and 3 RBIs. Likely in a sack bunt situation here. She has 3 sack bunts.
Back to the Dragons, pitcher number 15, DJ Cannon.
Pulls back and swings through one. That was a changeup that really bit at the end. Good pitch from Holtkamp. Pitch rolls in. Moving up to second is Eisenbart. She's in safely. Delayed steal for Eisenbart. It was a tough pitch for Cheyenne Bryant to handle. That ball drops in off the bat of Lee, and the bases are going to be loaded. A little blooper in the right field. Sorry for the dead air. Had to take a quick phone call from the boss. So Cannon reached on a single to short. Eisenbart held. And then right there, as you saw, Brooke Lee dropped a little blooper into right field for a hit, and the bases are loaded for Ashton Reynolds.
Back to the Dragons, center field number 7, Ashton Reynolds.
The pitch foul back. So the Dragons with a legitimate scoring chance. Eisenbart at third, Cannon at second, Lee at first. A walk and 2 singles. Nothing in one the count to Ashton Reynolds. She hits one in the infield. That's the way the infield fly rules. The second baseman, Taylor McGuire, makes the catch. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit from Hannah Danielson, the leadoff hitter. Hannah reached on an error first time.
Back to the Dragons, the right fielder number 8, Hannah Danielson.
Line and the pitch from Holtkamp, down low, ball 1. 29 pitches through the first Timer through the order for Holtkamp. She threw 20 strikes. The wind of the pitch. Taking low, 2-0. Hannah can be selective. They played Danielson to pull toward left. There's a huge gap in right center. She elevates one over the second baseman. That can run for days. Now 3-0 as Hannah can be really selective. Mackenzie Lee on deck. A bad one would give the Dragons a run. The cripple right through there for a strike. Would not be surprised if Hannah's taking again. Here's the 3-1 pitch. A little looper left field. That's down for a base hit. One run will score. They're going to try to score Cannon. The throw to the plate, not in time, and the Dragons lead it 2-0. The throw was actually cut down by the wind. It should have been in time. But Cannon, because of the wind knocking the ball down, beat the throw. 2-run single for Danielson, and the Dragons lead it 2-0. The Mackenzie Lee, the batter. Danielson drives in RBIs number 7 and 8. And Mackenzie takes slow ball 1. Brooke Lee at second, Hannah Danielson at first. Going in the pitch. Off the plate wide, 2-0. So Danielson led in the count 3-0. Got back to 3-1. She actually got jammed on the pitch, but muscled it out to left field. Now 3-0 to Mackenzie Lee. Dragons draw first blood in game number 1, leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. Ball 4, bases are loaded once again, and the Hart coming around. Izzy Godinez will be the batter. With the bases loaded this year, not counting the previous at bat by Hannah, they're actually counting it now. Dragons are 9 for 22. That's better than the .385 average. Izzy Godinez, the batter. She fouled out to the first baseman, Shelby Wood, who made a nice running catch. Had to come a long way to get it. Showing bunt and takes a strike at the knees. Izzy not bunting in this situation. That's just for show. Again, she's called a slap bunt, pulled foul outside of third. Now Godinez will hit from an 0-2 hole. Godinez with the bases loaded this year. 1 for 3. The pitch, way outside. That was a waste pitch. Izzy didn't chase. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Lee at third, Danielson at second. Mackenzie Lee at first. That's Brooke Lee at third. 1-2 pitch. Taken low, close pitch. Now it's 2-2 to Godinez. Dragons with a chance to break this one open early. 2 in the inning, the bases load the pitch. Way high, now the count is full. No more room on the bases, and we've gone as far as we can with the count. The runners will go on the pitch. 3-2, 2 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Rounded up the middle. Fielded by the second baseman. Flipped to second, and she's out by half a step on the force. So nice play by Taylor McGuire, backhanding flip to Lily Ross for the force, and that'll do it for the Dragons in the second inning. Dragons get 2 on the Hannah Danielson 2-out single. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and the Dragons leave them loaded. After 2 here at Fun Valley, Hutchinson 2 and Neosho County nothing. Anna Danielson's 2-out, 2-run single gives Hutchinson a 2-0 lead over Neosho County after 2. Steve Carpenter with you here from a very windy Fun Valley. Allen Red Devils will be here tomorrow. 2 p.m. first pitch. We'll be on the air at 1:45. That'll end a run of 10 baseball or softball games in 5 days for the Blue Dragon Sports Network. So we're going to third. DJ Cannon to face the top of the order, and Taylor McGuire. Strike called. McGuire reached on a single her first time up, was stranded at third. The pitch. High pop, right side. Brookley, the second baseman, hauls it in, and there's one away. Hitting anything in the air to right is not going to get you much today. The wind blowing in from that right field corner, although just in the last few moments it's dropped for the moment in terms of velocity. Here's the right fielder Taylor Stepp, a sacrifice bunt her first time. She hits the bases empty, one out here in third. Showing bunt, pulls back, and it's ball one. First baseman Tori Carruthers a couple of steps in front of the bag, as now is third baseman Cameron Poe. Cannon's 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. Kind of a backdoor curveball. The wind in the 1-1. Upstairs 2-1. DJ Cannon, 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. She's allowed 1 hit, walked a batter. Misses low, 3-1. Cannon to righties, primarily works the outer edge. It has started to become more adept at coming inside on the right-handed hitters. That pitch lost her way low and outside. It's a 1-out walk for Stepp. Again, not sure of the statistical numbers from the Fort Scott doubleheader yesterday for Neosho County, but coming into that game, they were 15 of 20 stealing bases. Here's Lily Ross, the second baseman, thrown out at first on a great diving play by second baseman Brooke Lee. There's a strike. There's a 40th pitch for DJ, 1 out into the third inning. Go wide in the 0-1. Taken low for a ball. Can't even hit a ball on a strike. This crowd has come out. We actually got the PA system to work, so Scott Brooks doing the public address duties. The pitch. Strike called, 1-2. Cannon, when she's on, is just literally paints that outside corner. Lives on the black. The 1-2. Ross laid off the rise ball, and that's how she sets him up. Paints that outside corner, and then all of a sudden busts him with a rise ball. That time Lily Ross didn't chase, and now it's 2-2. Winding the delivery, changeup, grinder right back to Cannon. She goes to second for 1. Godinez to first, double play. 1-6-3, and the Dragons are out of it. Nice pitch and a nice turn, both by first DJ Cannon, then a great pivot at second base by Izzy Godinez. No runs, no hits, nobody left to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Dragons. Hannah Danielson's 2-run single in the bottom of the second. The difference in this one so far, Hutchinson hitting in the home half of the third, leading Neosho County 2-0 in the first of two as the Dragons open conference play for 2017. This is already Neosho County's 5th conference game.
Number 21, Cameron Pope.
Here's Cameron Pope to lead off the third for Hutchinson. Cameron struck out her first time facing Tori Holcamp. And this one lifted to center field, left center shallow, coming in to center field. It's dropped by Sage Vandiver. So the Dragons get their second fielding error, a drop flying ball, and Pope's aboard to start the third. That'll bring up Tori Carruthers. Carruthers flew out to shallow left field her first time up. She got under it. And now we're going to have a switch in the outfield as Taylor Easley, a sophomore from Rogers, Arkansas, takes over in center field for Sage Vandiver. So Easley into center field. Got it.
Back to the Dragons, the first baseman, number 11, Tori Carruthers.
So Taylor Easley now into center field. Now Tori Carruthers the batter. Runner first, nobody out. Carruthers bunts one along third. It's a good one, fielded by the third baseman Rogers. Or Robbie Summers. And she throws to Taylor McGuire covering. The sacrifice works. Tori dropping down her first sacrifice bunt of the year. And a runner at second, one away for Lexi Eisenbart. Eisenbart walked and started that inning, that two-run second. She scored on Danielson's single, and she takes ball one here. The pitch, way outside for a ball, 2-0. Two errors for the Panthers, both on drop fly balls, and I told you earlier that anything hitting the air is going to be an adventure. But both were catchable balls. There's a strike to Eisenbart on the inside corner. She looked it all the way in. Now it's 2-1. Wind in the pitch. Low 3-1. So Lexi showing some plate discipline. Again, she's been out for a couple of weeks with a leg injury. Was cleared last week, but Jamie Rose didn't want to take a chance with her. Swinging 3-1, and she fouls it off. Now at the full count. We saw Memory McLaren and Molly Stevenson in backup roles. Both did a nice job. Line shot to the second baseman. This is going to be a double play. McGuire picked her right off the turf and then flipped to Ross for the easy double play, and the Dragons are done in the third. 2-0 Hutchinson. As we go to the fourth, this is Blue Dragon softball. Be with us tomorrow afternoon. Airtime 1:45, first pitch 2 p.m. as the Blue Dragon softball team will complete their homestand. Center field will complete their homestand with a doubleheader against the Allen Red Devils. Again, 1:45 p.m. airtime, 2 p.m. first pitch right here on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Steve Carpenter with you from a very blustery Fun Valley. I think I'm going to say that a few dozen times today. But Hutchinson with a 2-0 lead as we go to the fourth.
For the Panthers, the designated player, number 24, Tiffany Ray.
Tiffany Ray will lead it off for the Panthers in the fourth against DJ Cannon. She'll be facing the middle of the order, Ray, Summers, and Bryant. Wind in the pitch. Strike called. Cannon threw 3 innings. Has allowed 1 hit, struck out 3, but walked 3. It's now 45 pitches. 0-1. Fouled off and out of play to the right. For the most part this year, with a little bit of a struggle down in Texas against that Murderers Row, a lineup that the Dragons had to face down at the Cowtown Classic. DJ has primarily worked ahead of batters. The 0-2 pitch. Foul off again. That was a breaking pitch. This wind is something else. Not what we had last week or a couple of weeks ago when the wildfires just north of town were burning. That wind was off the charts bad. The pitch. That's up the middle. Coming on is the center fielder, Ashton Reynolds, and she has it for the first out. Ray hit it right on the screws, but it hung up for Reynolds, and there's one away here in the Panther fourth. They'll bring up the catcher, Cheyenne Bryant.
Number 27, Robbie Summers.
I'll check that. Robbie Summers is the batter. She struck out her first time up. My screen jumping, it's hard to, sometimes I miss the line who's actually hitting. Here's the pitch. Downstairs for ball 1. The pitch. That one's ripped to right field. Danielson going back. And it's over the right field wall for a home run. That wind died down just enough, and Summers turned on it, and the Panthers are on the board. A solo home run to right field. That is just the second home run allowed by DJ Cannon this year. Just the 6th by Blue Dragon pitching. So Hutchinson's lead cut in half on the Summers home run. Now the catcher, Cheyenne Bryant, steps in. She lined out to Hannah Danielson right her first time up. That wind died down just for a moment, at the precise moment that Summers hit that ball, and it carried. It was well hit. So now 2-1 the score. Hutchinson with the lead. Screwball misses outside, ball 1 from Cannon, who's just reached the 50 pitch limit. Or 50 pitch plateau, excuse me. Now 2-0. Next week, it's a 6-game road trip for Hutchinson. Popped up in the infield, Brooke Lee will snag it for the second out. Tuesday, the Blue Dragons will be at Heston College. That'll be a Region 6 matchup, not a conference matchup, but a Region 6 matchup. And the Region 6 matchups all go into the seeding for the postseason tournament. And then next week, Blue Dragons head to Southeast Kansas, Labette, and Coffeyville on the schedule. Haven't heard if any of those. I know Heston will stream, but I have not heard if Labette or Coffeyville will stream. We'll find that out, have it on the BlueDragonSports.com on the broadcast page. Here's a strike to Stuckey. Kaylin Stuckey drew a walker first time up. Robbie Summers' home run has cut the lead in half. That pitch misses outside and a little bit high, and it's 1-1 now to Stuckey. A wind in the pitch. Outside and low, 3-0. DJ's walk 3. She's not been ultra sharp, as sharp as we've seen her. She has 3 strikeouts. The pitch. Swung over the top of that changeup. Score's got 2-2. I've got 3-1. And it is 2-2. I did miss a pitch. My apologies. Trying to keep everything down. Sometimes you don't catch everything right at the precise moment. That pitch misses down, and now it's a full count. Neosho really trying to lay off Cannon's rise ball. Time calls, the wing kicks up for a moment by Stuckey, and she's granted time. Outfield straight away for the Dragons. Hannah Danielson fairly shallow and right. Cannon's payoff. Low ball for her. 4th walk surrendered by DJ Cannon. That'll bring up the first baseman, Shelby Wood.
Now batting for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 11, Shelby Wood.
Wood struck out her first time up against DJ Cannon. Left-hander into the windup, which misses high. Right now, just over a 2-to-1 ratio strikes to balls. 60 pitches, only 32 strikes for Cannon. There's a strike at the knees, 2, and it's 1-1. Taylor Easley, who was a defensive replacement in the bottom of the 3rd, is on deck. Pitch. Fouled out of play to the right. Tying run at first base with 2 out. Robbie Summers, a solo home run to right field. Cut the Dragon lead in half, 2-1. Cannon gets a sign from Lexi Eisbart, delivers. Changeup lifted to center field though, but Ashton Reynolds has it right in her tracks. And the inning is over. So the Summers home run, the only real damage of the inning. No run, or 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th in game number 1. Our new scorer, Hutchinson 2 and Neosho County 1. Dragons saw their 2-run lead cut in half in the top of this inning. Now the bottom 3rd will try to get it back. DJ Cannon, Brookley, and Ashton Reynolds. Cannon had infield single her first time up, and she starts off ball 1 from Tori Holcamp. Holcamp threw 3 innings and given up 2 runs on 3 hits. There's a fly ball left field. And it's over the head of the left fielder, Stuckey. DJ will pull into second. She overran the ball and it went over her head. It'll be a leadoff double for Cannon, but another total misplay by the Neosho County defense. wind really wreaking havoc. Now Brooke Lee, the second baseman. Brooke came into the game hitting .364 with 16 hits. She takes the ball low. The pitch, grounded up the middle, and it's booted by the shortstop, and everybody is safe. That'll be the third error of the game on the Panthers. Lily Ross tried to field it just as DJ Cannon went past. So they've had the third error of the game. Runners at the corners now for Ashton Reynolds. Fans questioning that call on to left field. It's definitely a double. The ball blew over her head. JP scoots on now. Snap throw and odd play. I think they tried to get Cannon to break from third. She did not. The throw went all the way through to Taylor McGuire, the second baseman. Scoring opportunity for Hutch here in the fourth. They lead it 2-1. Cannon doubled, Lee singled, Lee reached on an error. Bunch laid down, but foul. Right at the plate and spun just off the plate backwards when Cheyenne Bryant picked it up. Now it's 1-1. That was bang bang. She picks that up with it right on the plate. That's a fair ball. 1-1 pitch swinging away, and it's pulled foul past third base coach Ben Whitsitt. Now Ashton will hit from a count of 1-2. Ashton Reynolds, a couple of home runs, 15 RBIs, 13 hits and 39 at bats, a .333 batting average. She had the bases loaded her last time up and popped one up and invoked the infield fly roll. Pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. If this is fair, it's trouble, and it's gone. 3-run home run for Ashton Reynolds, and the Dragons lead at 5-1. That thing stayed just enough fair, hooked around the pole, and Reynolds hits her third home run of the year. And the Dragons have a 4-run lead. Brooke Lee and Cannon scoring ahead of her. Now meeting in the circle with the entire Neosho County infield. So the Dragons have a 5-1 lead, and they responded after giving up the home run to the third baseman of the Panthers, Robbie Summers. Ashton Reynolds got every bit of that Torrey Holtkamp offering, and the only question was, would the wind push it foul? And it did. It probably had about 6 feet when it reached the foul pole, and then hooked around it. Now it's back to the top of the order for the Dragons, and Hannah Danielson's been on base twice. 2-run single with 2 outs gave the Dragons their first lead of the game when she takes ball 1 from Holtkamp. That was the Dragons' 11th home run of the year. It was swinging a chopper foul up the third base line. 1-1 the count now to Hannah Danielson. During the first semester, Hannah was my go-to person of volleyball when I needed somebody to help out on the table during volleyball matches. That pitch taken low, 2-1. The pitch, way high, and it's 3-1. Hannah has been the Dragons' leadoff batter for 2 seasons now. 3-1 pitch, and it's a walk. Pitch in the dirt. So 4 straight of reach to start the 4th inning for Hutchinson. And Mackenzie Lee will be the batter. No official times at bat yet. She has a sacrifice bunt and a walk in her first 2 plate appearances.
Batting for the Dragons, the left fielder, number 2, Mackenzie Lee.
Danielson at first. She has a couple of steals this year. The pitch. Taken low. The Dragons expected to be more of a running team this year, and they just haven't had to do it yet. They've hit the ball so well. Here's the pitch. Downstairs. 2-0. 6 straight bad ones out of the circle from Tori Holtkamp, who's visibly upset after that home run of Ashton Reynolds. She hasn't been in the zone since she gave up the home run. The pitch. Bunt laid down, foul. Want to give a shout out to Blue Dragon All-American Holly Kelly, who last week was named the Missouri Valley Conference Pitcher of the Week. Here's the pitch. Foul. 2-2. Pitching for Missouri State. Holly was named the Conference Pitcher of the Week last week, so congratulations to Holly. Several of last year's sophomores having very good seasons. Outside, full count. We'll see if Ben Witzel decides to start Hannah Danielson with the base, or with the count full. Still nobody out in the inning, and the Dragons have 3 already across. The pitch not going, and it's popped up shallow left. This could be trouble. Coming in is Stuckey, and she makes the catch. Returning to first is Danielson, and that's the first out of the inning. Lee got under it. Now Easy Godinez will be the batter. Top of the inning. Robbie Summers hit a solo home run to right. And then a double by Cannon on a misplay. An error off the bat of Brooke Lee. That bunt dropped down. It's a good one, and nobody's going to get her. Safe hit. Now trying for 3 is Danielson, and she's out. The bag wasn't covered, but Summers hustled back to make the play. Hannah took a pretty wide turnaround second, too. She cuts that off a little bit more, and I think she's in there safe. So a bunt single for Godinez. And Danielson will be cut down 1-3-5 at third. Now Cameron Pope, the batter, and she takes strike 1 from Holtkamp. Aggressive base running by the Dragons. It's given them a run and also cost them a base runner. It was DJ Cannon in the first, who aggressively rounded third and scored. Runner goes on the pitch, and the throw down is out in time. A stolen base for Izzy Godinez. Pitch was a strike to Pope, so she'll hit out of an 0-2 hole. 2 outs in the inning now. Cameron Pope is 1 for 2. Waste pitch outside. That was a pitch out. Interesting time to pitch out on 0-2 with 2 outs. The pitch. That one hit well, but it's going to hook well foul out of play to the left. Cameron's had a nice start to her freshman season. Couple of home runs, 14 driven in. The wind of the pitch in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Bryant. Godinez stops at second. That stolen base for Izzy Godinez was her 2nd of the year. The Dragons' 5th steal in 6 attempts. Now 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball fielded by the third baseman Summers on to first, and that'll do it. 3-run home run, though, by Ashton Reynolds, the big blow in the inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 big error, 1 left on base. We go to the 5th here at Fun Valley in game number 1. Our new score, Dragons 5 and the Panthers 1. This week's been busy on the Blue Dragon Sports Network, as will next week. Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball teams begin their runs in the NJCAA tournament. The men at the Sports Arena here in Hutchinson, the women at Lubbock Christian University in Lubbock, Texas. Both of them will play on Wednesday. The guys at noon at the arena, the women at 1 o'clock down in Lubbock. You can get all those games on the Blue Dragon Sports Network via NJCAA TV. Into the fifth we go, 5-1 Hutchinson. It's a strike to Taylor Easley, who came in as a defensive replacement in the second inning. Took strike one from DJ Cannon. And the second pitch is popped up, shallow center. Reynolds coming on, and she makes the catch. 4 Dragons were right there. And as she should, the center fielder, Ashton Reynolds, takes charge. And Easley is retired for the first out. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Taylor McGuire, the second baseman.
Second baseman, number 5, Taylor McGuire.
McGuire singled to open the game. She was stranded at third and then popped out to Brooke Lee at second. Slapper runs up and takes low ball 1. Dragons took a 2-0 lead on a Hannah Danielson 2-out, 2-run single in the second. The pitch, line shot, foul, past third. Robbie Summers in the fourth, a solo home run to right, and then the Dragons took advantage of Neosho County's third error and yet another misplay for a double off the bat of Cannon. Little looper into center field, down for a hit. Reynolds gets to it quickly. Now Bobbles was staying and put at first is McGuire with Neosho County's third hit of the game. She has 2 of them. And right fielder Taylor steps in. No official time of the bat, a sacrifice, and a walk.
Batting for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 20.
Dragons about hit Neosho County 6-3 in this one. Cannon's pitch, showing bump, pulling back, and it is strike 1. The deliberate call of fast pitch softball umpire. It's mechanic that is widely used. There's a fly ball, right center field, Ashton on the run. Reynolds gets it in quick with the drops in for a hit. So back come the Panthers. First hit to left center, now a hit to right center by Step. Good hustle by Ashton Reynolds to get over there and make the play. Now 2 on and 1 out. And they're going through the 3, 4, 5 slots now with the Dragons. Lily Ross, the shortstop. 0 for 2, she grounded into an inning-ending double play. DJ Cannon started it to Izzy Godinez to Tori Carruthers. Cannon misses low and away ball 1 with the screwball. Panthers threaten to get back into it. Hutchinson's lead at 4. A bit precarious right now. The pitch lifted to center field, drifting back a few steps as Reynolds. She's got it. Looking to tag, but putting the brakes on is McGuire as Ashton fires a strike to Izzy Godina. Now 2 away. Now the designated hitter, Tiffany Ray. Designated player, pardon me. I've done 6 baseball games the last 4 days, so still a little bit of baseball mode. Ray 0 for 1 with the walk. She lined out to Reynolds in center, her last at bat. Cannon delivers. Change up a beauty, a strike called. That thing just floated in there and dropped right off the table as it reached Lexi Eisenbart. Pitch out to play wide, a screwball. Now it's 1-1 to Ray. Coming out of Texas, and Hutchinson went 1-4 down to the Cowtown Classic against a killer schedule. 1-1 pitch. Slice foul off to the right, and it's 1-2. Jamie Rose was actually very happy with the way her team battled. It wasn't for that last game and they were facing Division I Clarendon. They were down 6-0 after a couple innings. Looked like they were just ready to mail it in, jump on the bus, and come back north. 1-2 pitch. Change up, grounded, foul, right along the third base line. Cameron Pope knocked it down, but she touched it when the ball was foul. A lot of people think it's if a player is in fair territory and touches a foul ball, it's a fair ball. No, it's where the ball is when it is touched, regardless of where the player is. Once again, the 1-2. Rise ball, she wouldn't chase. Eisenbart knocks it down and holds the runners. McGuire had thoughts of going on to second, but she thought better of it and returned, or moving on to third, and then put the brakes on and returned to second. Two pitch. Now low, full count. Now the runners will be going on the pitch. 3-2, 2 out. McGuire at second, Step at first will be moving on the pitch. Blue Dragons came back and forced extra innings in that game with Clarendon. Wound up losing, but she really liked the way the kids battled back. 3-2 pitch. Pop foul out of play. And after the game, she told them that she liked where the team was despite the 1-4 trip to Texas. They have not lost since returning to Texas, winning 6 in a row. Schedule's been kind of spotty. Now we'll get into their groove. 3-2 pitch, runners go, fly ball right field. Danielson tracking it, and she drops the ball. This is going to clear the bases. 3 runs will score. So the Dragons give one right back on an error, their first of the game. 3 runs score. Now the score is 5-4. 2 runs score. McGuire and Step both score. And Ray stops at second base. So the wind really wreaking havoc with the outfielders. No RBIs on the play. Now Robbie Summers, the batter, and she homered her last time up and swings through that rise ball. So this is a 2-run game now. None of those runs charged to Cannon are earned. That one's hit well right center or left center field. Reynolds on the run, and she'll chase it down in the gap to end the inning. So the Dragons with a gift. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 big error, and 1 left on base. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Our new scorer, Hutchinson 5 and Neosho County 3. Neosho County makes another change. Taylor Easley comes into shortstop, and Lily Ross pulled from the game. And Morgan Wenzel is now in the game playing center field. Got that in. Now Tori Carruthers swings, and it's 0-2. She fouled off the first pitch. Dragons with a 5-3 lead. Well, defense is a bit shaky in this wind. Lots of drop fly balls. Brothers fights that one off. So Taylor Easley will come into short, replace Lily Ross. Not sure why. The wind in the pitch. Outside. And it's 1-2 to Carruthers. Carruthers 15 career home runs, just 2 so far this year, but this is about where she hit her power stride last year. She threw off the end of the bat to third. Summers fields and throws out Carruthers for the first out. Morgan Wenzel becomes the third Neosho County center fielder of the game. Lexi Eisenbart will be the batter. She walked, scored, and lined into a double play. Hit the ball right at the second baseman. That one pitch is popped up into foul territory. And near the fence, Shelby Wood can't make the catch. Nothing in 1 to count to Lexi Eisenbart. Old Camp's pitch. Taken low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Nice crowd has assembled at Fun Valley on this warming up Thursday afternoon. It's supposed to be really nice out here tomorrow. That pitch hit her. Eisenbart hit with the pitch. She tried to hurdle over it. Got her in the lower half of, I think, her back leg. So Eisenbart aboard with 1 out. That's the first batter that Holtkamp has hit. 4 1/3 innings for Tori Holtkamp. 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and a hit batsman. Her pitch count now at 86, and DJ Cannon the batter. Bunts 1, foul. She actually double tapped it. It dropped straight down as when the bat went down. I think it hit it again. It was still foul anyway. It spun back foul. Cannon 3 sacrifices in her freshman year, hitting from the left side. She's not a slapper. She's a straight left-handed hitter. Squaring now pulls back. Takes low and outside for a ball, 1-1. Doubtful that Ben Woodson will run to Lexi. Still coming back from that leg injury. Pitch way high, and it's 2-1. Back in the 6th and 7th innings, if Eisenbart gets on, expect Jamie Rose to put in a pinch runner for her. She can still re-enter, of course. 2-1 pitch. High 3-1 to Cannon. Dragons with a 2-run single from Danielson. Here's a pitch foul back over our heads. Count full. Handed Danielson's 2-out, 2-run single in the second. Gave the Dragons a 2-0 lead. Then leading 2-1. Ashton Reynolds with a 3-run home run. Cannon pulls one foul just outside of first. Cannon hits a slow roller to second. The only out will be to first. Now 2 away. Eisenbart moves up to second. Now Brooke Lee, the batter.
Batting for the Dragons, the second baseman, number 3, Brooke Lee.
Now Brooke Lee, the batter. She pops one up on the infield, right on the foul line as the third baseman, Robbie Summers. And the Dragons are turned away in the 5th. On to the 6th here at Fun Valley, a very windy Fun Valley. Dragons 5 and the Panthers 3. Blue Dragons opening up conference play for 2017 this afternoon. They're the last Jayhawk East team to start conference play. We'll look at those conference standings here in this half inning as Hutchinson leads 5-3 here in the 6th. DJ Cannon will face 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Told you. Catcher Cheyenne Cannon laid it off. Neosho County took advantage of an error and scored 2 runs, 2 unearned runs in the 5th to cut the Dragon lead to 2 at 5-3. Let's see if DJ can lock back in here. She takes a strike to start it off. Bryant is 0 for 2. She lined out to right and popped up to second. Cannon's 0-1. Bounces in 1-1. Neosho County at the moment in terms of conference play is 4-0. They are the leaders. Johnson County at 2-0, Cowley at 2-0. The whole slug of teams with 1 loss. The Dragons the only team that hasn't started conference play yet. 2-0 pitch. Pop foul out of play. Onto the roof on the main complex here at Fun Valley. If you've never been to Fun Valley, this is a 7-field complex. The main 4 surround a building netted up on each corner. 1-2 from Cannon. Pull foul. Back 3 fields. Fields 6 and 7 are in terrific playing shape. They run right along the Arkansas River. Field 7 still kind of under construction, more of a practice field, but can be used for games. Cannon into the winder, 1-2. High pop, shallow center. Incoming Reynolds. She makes the basket catch sliding and having to avoid Izzy Godinez at the same time. A nice job, a nice catch by Reynolds. Great concentration for the first out of the 6th inning. Bryant now 0 for 3, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Caitlin Stuckey. Stuckey has walked twice. First pitch is a swing and a miss. That's 0-1 to Stuckey. Of the 1-loss teams in the East Division, it's Highland, the defending champions. Cloud County, they defeated Highland yesterday, split. Pitch outside and it's 1-1. Labette 1-1. Fort Scott 1-3. Allen 1-3. Coffeyville 1-3. KCK and Independence are both 0-2. 1-1 pitch. Cannon pastes the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. So the Dragons, the only team that hasn't played a conference game, and right now they are taking care of that. 1-2 from Cannon. High pop. This should blow out of play. Eisenbart at the fence, and that thud was right over our head. We are very thankful for that roof sometimes. Already accidentally took a ball on the noggin. I was over getting Neosho's lineup today, and the ball got loose and hit me in the back of the head. That might explain a few things. Curveball pulled foul outside of third, knocked down by Pope, but the ball was foul. Denny Steckline was listening. I'm sure he would jump on that statement about that ball, errant ball hitting me in the head. He would jump all over that on Twitter. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 outside corner. 4th strikeout for Cannon. And the first since the 2nd inning.
Back for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 11, Shelby Wood.
Shelby Wood steps in. DJ Cannon now through 5 2/3 innings. 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. Pitch count up to 93. Wind of the pitch, hard hit ball, foul outside at first. She sliced it just past the bag. Well, several of these Neosho right-handed batters making a legitimate shot to go the opposite way to right field. The home run by Summers was pulled to right. Summers is a left-handed bat. Little looper center field. That's going to drop in front of Reynolds for a 2-out hit. 5th hit of the game for the Panthers. Wood collects her first hit. That will bring up the center fielder. Or check that, now the shortstop.
Batting for the Panthers, the center fielder, number 4, Taylor Easley.
Taylor Easley. The pitch. Fly ball, right field, a foul. Easley came into the game as a defensive replacement in center field. And then when Neosho coach Kim Alexander pulled shortstop Lily Ross, Easley came in to play shortstop. Wind in the pitch. Just miss high, 1-1. Five runs and 6 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for Hutchinson, 3, 5, 3, and 5 left on for Neosho County. Pitch. That one's left to right field, drop in front of Danielson for a hit. Wood will stop, and now it's back to the top of the order. The tying runs are on. Taylor McGuire is 2 for 3.
Batting for the Panthers, the second baseman,
Hits now
number 5,
tied
Taylor
6
McGuire.
apiece. Tense moment in this one. Neosho County trying to rally up here in the 6th. Time call as Cannon took too long. Wind in the pitch. High pop, shallow center. Out goes Godina. She's got it, and the inning is over. Tough play with that win, but Izzy Godina is equal to the task. And the Panthers leave the tying runs on base. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Hutchinson 5 and Neosho County 3. Neosho County's Tori Holtkamp back out to the circle for her 6th inning of work. She will face 9-1-2, and right now, if you're Tori Holtkamp, the person stepping into the box for the Blue Dragons is public enemy number 1, Ashton Reynolds. Right now, her 3-run home run in the 4th inning is the difference in the ballgame. Hutchinson with a 5-3 lead. That home run gave Hutch a 5-1 lead. Neosho County has come up with a pair of unearned runs since. Reynolds 1 for 2. Was her 3rd home run of the year. The only question was, would it stay fair with the win? Because she got every bit of it. She takes ball 1 from Holtkamp to start the 6th. One still howling in from right. 20-25 and Gussie. The pitch lifted to center field. On the run is Wenzel. Now drifting back, and she hauls it in for the first out of the 6th inning. So good play by Morgan Wenzel, who's the 3rd Neosho County center fielder of the game. Hannah Danielson steps in. She got the Dragons on the board with a 2-out, 2-run single in the 2nd. 1 for 2. She walked her last time up.
Right fielder, number 8, Hannah Danielson.
A wind in the pitch. Slice foul. I'd love to have all my notes out where they're easy to get, but the wind is just making it incredibly hard to do so. I pitch in the dirt. And this one won to Danielson. With that hit, Hannah Danielson now has 87 career hits. She pops one into shallow left center field. Wenzel on the run. The left fielder, Caitlin Stuckey, calls her off to make the catch, 2-away. Dragons in the rut again of hitting a lot of fly balls. Mackenzie Lee will step in.
Back to the Dragons, at left fielder, number 2, Mackenzie Lee.
The Dragons today, their out distribution, 6 ground ball outs, 6 fly ball outs. It's a strike to Lee. They've had an out on the base paths, 1 strikeout. Corey Holtkamp delivers her 100th pitch. And now it's 1-1. 58 of them for strikes for Tori. He's battling this wind as well. The pitch, high and tight to Mackenzie Lee, and it's 2-1. One of the worries of the Dragon coaching staff heading into the year is whether this team would fight to live up to last year or be their own team. Now 3-1 to Mackenzie Lee. I think it's evident now that we're into the 16th game of the season, and the 2017 Blue Dragons are exactly that, the 2017 Blue Dragons. They're not trying to match up anything from last year. Taking all the way was Lee. Now it's a full count on a pitch, strike on the inner half. So the count is full with 2 out to Mackenzie Lee. The wind in the pitch. Little roller along first, fielded by the first baseman Wood. She tags out Lee, and the inning is over. The Dragons go in order. We go to the 7th. Dragons 5, Neosho County 3. We head to the 7th here at Fun Valley. Molly Stevenson takes over in right field for the Blue Dragons. And the home plate umpire is trying to tell us of another change. Somebody re-entering had to be for Neosho County. But Molly Stevenson now in right field as a defensive replacement.
Right fielder, number 20, Taylor Stepp.
So Taylor Stepp will be the batter. Lead up, it's 2, 3, and 4. Oh, Lily Ross will hit in the, okay, I see where it is now. There's a strike to Stepp as DJ Cannon delivers her 100th pitch. Dragons lead at 5-3, 3 outs away from a conference opening win. The pitch popped up, but it's back onto the netting. Actually, he got just high enough to get onto the roof. Cannon up on the count. Up in the count, 0-2. So The original shortstop, Lily Ross, who hit in the 3-hole, will hit for Morgan Wenzel. 0-2. Popped up. Shallow center. Out goes the second baseman, Brooke Lee, and she hauls it in over the shoulder. One away. Every fly ball has been an adventure. Now Lily Ross will bat. There's a strike to Ross, who left the game and re-entered. And she gets strike one from Cannon. Cannon's delivery upstairs, a rise ball. Ross is 0 for 3. She hit an inning double play on a comebacker right to Cannon in the third. The wind in the 1-1 from DJ. Popped up, foul out of play to the right. Cannon gets a sign from Lexi Eisenbart and delivers. Ground ball up the middle, slowed down by Cannon. Godinez fields and throws to Carruthers for the out. That ball was scorched up the middle, and DJ just got enough of a glove to slow it down for Izzy Godinez to chase it down. Izzy throws a strike to Tori Carruthers at first, now 2 away. That'll be the designated player, Tiffany Ray.
Batting for the Panthers, the designated player, number 24, Tiffany Ray.
Ray is 0 for 2. She hit the ball that was dropped in right field and led to the 2 runs that pulled the Panthers within 2 of 5-3. She takes a strike from DJ Cannon, who's trying to finish off her 8th win of the year and throw her 6th complete game. Change up, ground ball left side, fielded by Cameron Pope. The throw to first, she got it, and the ball game is over. Hutchinson wins it 6-3 to start the conference campaign off in good style. 5-3 the final. We'll wrap it up right after this. Hutchinson wins game number 1 of this Jayhawk East doubleheader with Neosho County 5-3. Steve Carpenter with you from Fun Valley. Totals for the just completed game for the Blue Dragons: 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. For Neosho County, 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, 7 left on base. The winning pitcher, DJ Cannon, she improves to 8-3 overall. Tori Holtkamp takes the loss. She falls to 2-5. Time of ball game 1 hour and 40 minutes. So the Blue Dragons get the victory. They took a 2-0 lead on Hannah Danielson's 2-out, 2-run single in the second inning. After Robbie Summers hit a solo home run in the top of the 4th, the Blue Dragons answered back as Ashton Reynolds hit a 3-run bomb down the left field line that stayed just fair, her third of the year. That made it 5-1 after 4 innings. Neosho County got a couple of unearned runs in the 5th, and then DJ Cannon made it stand up. And the Blue Dragons start the conference season off in great fashion. So the Dragons get the win. DJ Cannon now 8-3. The numbers on DJ. She snaps her streak of starts with 10 or more strikeouts. When she goes a complete game, 7 innings, allows 6 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Struck out 4 and walked 4 in 108 pitches. Tori Holkamp took the loss. She goes 6 innings, 6 hits, allowed 5 runs, 4 earned. She struck out 1 and walked 3. DJ Cannon, a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored. When we were talking about the 2 big blows, the 2-run single by Danielson, the 3-run home run by Ashton Reynolds. Again, her third of the year. So that's going to do it for game number 1. You'll have to switch links to get to game number 2. We'll have that for you in about 20 minutes. So the Blue Dragons win game 1 5-3. They win their 7th in a row. Neosho County's 4-game losing streak is snapped. Blue Dragons now 11-5 overall, 1-0 in the conference. Neosho County falls to 6-9 and 4-1. Again, we'll be back with you in about 20 minutes. Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley. Until then, so long, everybody.